Hey everyone, do you have dumb, boring old light switches like this? Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to change it out to something a little more modern. Today I grabbed just a couple light switches. They're really cheap. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot, probably any hardware store. Make sure you get the right kind of switch. These are just two single pole, meaning they only control one thing, and there's not another switch that controls the light as well. This is the only switch that controls the light. In that case, you want a single pole. If there's two switches that control the same light, like up a flight of stairs or something like that, you're going to want to go for a double pole. So first thing you want to do is make sure that the current going to your light switches is dead. The best way to do that is to turn it on, go to your breaker, flip the breaker off, make sure that it doesn't turn on anymore. So let's go do that.
That one?
No, not that one. There went the AC though.
This one?
Nope, not that one.
This one?
Not that one.
This one?
Nope.
This one?
No.
This one?
No.
This one?
Yes!
Yes.
Love you.
Love you.
Alright, so we flipped the breaker, our light isn't working, neither is our fan. We're safe to take off the faceplate now. Now's a good time to just make sure that the wires aren't live. This has 120 volts running through it. It won't kill you, but it'll hurt. Trust me, I know. One way to check is these voltage testers. Be careful of them though. I've heard electricians call them widowmakers because they've been known to give out false readings. A good idea is to test it on a live wire before you test it out on this, just to make sure that your voltage tester is working. Something a little more reliable would be a digital multimeter like this. We aren't getting any readings, we're safe to take these out now. I'll just do the light switch first. Alright, we have our light switch here. You want to grab something to cut these wires with. I just have my wire strippers here. They have a little blade right there. We're just gonna cut each one. Some of these light switches have a press to release, but if you have a lot of excess wire, you're good to just cut them. Now we want to strip down these wires to the proper length. The back of a new light switch usually has the correct length that you want to strip the wire to. You can get a good reading of how much you want to strip off. You can use wire strippers, or you can probably just get away with a utility knife if you don't have a pair of these. They're really cheap though. Now we're just going to get the right length, pull, do the other one, get the other one, and pull. You want to check out your new light switch. The top and the bottom are both labeled. And on the back there will be a couple different ways you can connect the wires. You can either slide it in here and tighten the bolts, or you can slide them in right here and there's a catch that'll hold it. You just slide them in. And this one right here. Okay. Kind of give each one a little tug, make sure they're nice and snug, they're not gonna pop out. Then you want to push this in. It might fight you a little bit if you have a lot of excess wire in the back. Just make sure you don't have any bare wire that could be touching each other to short out. And then you just line this up and screw it back in. Don't tighten these completely down yet. We have to make sure that it lines up with our new faceplate. So just snug that it can just wiggle, but it's still going to stay in the same place. Now I'm going to do the fan switch real quick. So as I was taking this one off, I could see that some of the insulation on this wire stripped off. I'm just going to cut right above it because we don't want any exposed wire on our switch.
Okay.
Alright, now that we have our light switches in place, let's just double check that our face cover is going to fit. See, they may need just a little bit of manipulation. Slide them over a little bit. You want to make sure they're nice and level with your face plate. Once you're happy with how your faceplate lines up with your switches, we can just screw it on to our light switches here with these 4 screws right here. A good practice is to always have all your screws facing the same direction, so I like to have mine facing straight up and down, just looks a little nicer. And now, you want to make sure both of your light switches are turned off. Let's go to the breaker, flip it on, see if it works. Alright, the moment of truth. Let's hope we don't blow up. Ah! Check out the fan. Perfect. And there you have it, guys. That's how easy it is to swap out these light switches. I can't believe I've taken this long to replace them. We're just going throughout the house. It's really cheap, really quick, really easy to do. Might as well pick a couple up every time you're at the hardware store if you don't like your current light switches. But I hope you learned a lot. That should be all for now. Bye!